So Donald Trump has given up on his pathetic social media site, blog, whatever you want to call it. It hasn't really been up for a month yet, and it's already down. Earlier this morning, some people said, hey, if you go to the Donald Trump website, his little blog social media section isn't there anymore. Maybe it's just down for maintenance, but it was confirmed by Trump's team that it's gone for good. He's given up on it already. And this is an embarrassing failure for Donald Trump for multiple reasons. First, the site just failed in terms of the ability to actually get people to go to it. At first, it did okay. It did, kind of decently in the first day or two. But after that, 1 week after launch, it started doing really poorly. And in its final days, my YouTube channel, a YouTube channel from some guy with less than 100,000 subscribers, was getting more traffic and interest than the blog, the social media website of a former US president and someone that still controls the Republican Party. It's just astounding how irrelevant it is. And it matters more, and it's even more embarrassing because Trump was sort of doing this as an attempted FU to the social media giant, saying, hey, if you're going to kick me off Facebook, if you're going to kick me off Twitter, if you're going to kick me off Instagram and all these other sites, fine, I'm going to take my ball and go home and build a better site, and it's going to have more people, and it's going to have more users, and it's going to have more engagement, and it's going to be more impactful than Facebook and Twitter, etc. And you're all going to be sorry you lost me because I'm going to not only be relevant still, but I'm going to eat your lunch and take all of your revenue and all of that. And it never even came close to happening. Now, what Trump and Trump's team, like Jason Miller, what they're all trying to say right now is that this was never meant to be the social media website. That's their narrative. Their narrative, once this started to fail, was that this is just a temporary blog. The actual social media website is coming soon, and it's going to be different, but this is just a cute little way for Trump to reach out to people and for people to have a direct line reading Trump's words. But if that's the case, they wouldn't have taken the blog down. If the blog wasn't meant to be the big showpiece, they would have left it up because it was just something on the side and it just reprints Donald Trump's press releases, so it's not a big deal to keep it up. The reason they took it down is because this was the legitimate attempt to build a social media platform, and it was an utterly embarrassing failure, and so they want to scrub it from the internet so everyone forgets about it. And this matters, one, because it's hilarious. We should all get a little bit of joy in our lives to laugh at a loser president who caused so much harm to democracy and can't even drive interest to his crappy little website. But it also matters because we have to remember that this is a man desperately driven by ego, and that ego is dangerous. There's a temptation when you see this to think, man's irrelevant, man's done, stop talking about him, can't even run a website, how's he going to be president again and cause real harm to society? But we saw yesterday, and we've been seeing over the weekend, that Donald Trump and his thugs are still calling for coups. They are calling for the overthrow of the American government by the military, and they're calling for Donald Trump to be reinstated in August. And Donald Trump controls the Republican Party. And so while yes, Trump's social media presence is declining, while yes, he misses Twitter more than even being president, his rage and his ego still drive a deeply dangerous and anti-democratic movement. And almost paradoxically, his failure on social media is going to make him more desperate to find relevance in right-wing circles. Donald Trump may be losing relevance in some ways, but he's gaining dangerous relevance in others.